Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another news video. I am Unkind Dice, and today we're going to be talking about the new launch box reveals. Now, all these new Space Marines look very nice. I love all of them. I think they're very unique in their own ways. Let's start out the Captain with Relic Shield. I think he looks very, very cool. Of the shield guy from the Dominus box. But this guy is also very different in his own ways, as in he is on a tactical rock. Also, his position's very different. Instead of holding his shield down into the rock, he is holding his shield down near his hip and his sword held high, which I think is a very cool position compared to the old one. He also has like 8 or 9 purity seals, and if I get this box, which I probably am, I'm probably gonna add like more just for the fun of it. I like the paint job that they chose. Like his left foot is like black compared to all the red armor. It has a little black flame coming off, which I think is very cool design from the paint job. Next up is the librarian. I like this librarian. This model is very nice, like super nice posing. Also much more interesting than the librarian and Terminator armor from the Leviathan box. He looks very boring. His hands just pointed outwards, which I find very boring. He has the same pose as the not librarian, Thousand Suns sorcerer, like the one reaching over to the side and casting a spell has like that exact same pose, except for this librarian is on a tactical rock. But this model is very cool. Now onto the jump pack chaplain, or chaplain with jump pack. This guy is very awesome. He was in need for a redo of a model. His old model looks just fine, but it kind of looks like he's just floating up into the sky instead of going forward into the battle. And as you notice on the base, there is yet again another tactical rock. This one makes sense because he can't just float off of nothing because they have to have some sort of balance. But yeah, now on to the Space Marine with Banner, also known as the Ancient. I do really enjoy the way this banner is sculpted. Like it has the giant eagle on it, which I find really cool. There's the little circle with the eagle holding it. There's also orc skulls that are on fire because they're going against the orcs. I think this pose that he has is kind of alright. I think once I get this box, I will change the way he's holding the flag. Instead of holding it tilted, I think he should hold it straight, like how the chaplain is holding his, like the original chaplain, or no, the current chaplain has his hold it straight up into the sky. His big old bonking stick. Not much else to say about the banner guy. Now on to the intercessors, the new intercessor model. I feel as if we could have gone without new intercessors. I feel like the old ones are fine. I do like these new ones. They feel a lot nicer because they have mixed armors, like Mark V and then some different helmets. My favorite guy out of all of them is definitely the guy with the bionic eye. The intercessor that was shown before the unboxing was they chose the lamest one out of them all. Him just standing there holding his gun up in the sky. Like it was really I was like, this is gonna be really boring. And I look at the rest of them and I'm like, why'd they choose the boring one over the other cool ones like the bionic eye holding the pistol out? That thing looks awesome. Or the guy with the knife. Some of these models do reminisce from the intercessors we have now. Like the guy holding the knife, he was also in the original box. You got the guys holding the bolt guns sideways. Yeah, stuff like that. Now on to the Vanguard veterans. Now, these Vanguard veterans, they're all right. They're just kind of bland, cuz they're meant to be compatible with all Space Marines. I'm I do like the paint scheme. Red and gold really complement each other that they chose. I'm glad they chose Blood Angels. The guys like not on the tactical rocks are I like the one where he's about to jump up. The other one he's kind of lame. Like he just looks like he's just running on the ground. It's kind of boring. But the rest of them on the tactical rocks are actually very nice looking. Uh I think these guys do look very nice. The bionic eye that they have, the guy holding his sword up into the sky with the bionic eye. I think instead of him holding the sword up, they should have had him in like a striking pose, like a sweeping pose. Like he's about to sweep his sword across a line of enemies. But other than that, I think these guys look very nice. Um, Now on to the Eradicator Squad with bolt guns. Now, the Eradicator Squad in general is one of the coolest units. Like, I love Gravis armor. I love their helmet design. I like just everything about Gravis. Adding bolt guns to them also looks very cool. Heavy bolt guns with Gravis armor, that's pretty cool actually. I think if I want to run like an entire army of Gravis if I play Space Marines. I want to play the Imperial Fist attachment where anything with heavy gets +1 to the wound and +1 to the hit. I want to play everything heavy because that just sounds like you run with Gravis armor, you get eliminators, you get all the things, and I think that would be a very cool army to run because it seems fun. So you just get like your not assault squad, heavy intercessors. Then you get your eradicator squad with bolt guns, and you get your other got stuff, the eliminators. Like I think that would be my ideal army for Space Marines. Now onto the land speeder. Honestly, the land speeder, people hate it for no reason. I love it. I think it's such a cool idea. The old one, I don't think it was as good as this new one will be. I like the helmet design for the Space Marines that fly it. I just like the tactical rock as well. It's very cool. All the weapons are on the bottom and on the wings instead of like on top of the guys. I think this model is very cool. I think the old one was all right. I think this new one will be better. Also, this model looks slightly larger like it should be. Um Also, I think this model entirely is better in general. In total, for the Space Marine half, I think my favorite for the heroes has to be the captain. For the vehicles slash infantry, it has to be the eradicators with heavy bolters, just because I love Gravis armor. The captain, I like his pose. I think all in total, this army is mostly just like a rerun. Like they're just fixing old models for how they look. Instead of intercessors, I was kind of hoping that they would do the tactical squad, get them new models, put them in like not Primaris scale, but like just make them a little taller and a little modern. But I think the Space Marine half, will be fine. The models are very nice. They look very clean in total. I will be buying this. And starting off the orc half, we have the war boss. And this war boss is very cool. I like the pose he's in. He looks like he's about to hack down on some space marines. I like his weapon in his hand. It looks very nice. I do like the war boss's banner on his back. I also like his helmet. It kind of reminds me of a black orc of some kind. His um bolt gun, not bolt gun. His gun his gun is very cool. I am sad to see there is no tactical squig, like just a little squig. He doesn't even have to have stats. I don't care. I just want a squig on the base. I think that'd be cool. And now on to the big boss. Looking at this big boss, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I like his pose. I wish it was like he was swinging Like I wish his face was more like screaming, like he was like rah, like he's screaming at like battle stuff. I also wish it was more in a swinging uppercut pose, like he was about to swing upwards on some Space Marines. He also has a little tiny squig, very tiny squig. He looks the squig looks very weird. He doesn't look like a normal squig, but he is very much a tiny squig. I do like that this orc is standing on a Space Marine's backpack. I think that's a very cool little feature. Instead of a tactical rock, he has a tiny tactical rock under his left foot. But other than that, this model is pretty cool. Now on to the banner knob. Now this banner knob, wow, this banner knob is absolutely awesome. His banner is humongous. Like I think the banner is the size of him. That's an insane banner. That's cool. I love his sculpt. I like how he doesn't even have like a big axe. He just has like an average axe, which is very cool. He got his gun on his hip or his back. He's strapped up with ammo. That's a lot of ammo. I do think he could be have a bigger axe. I think that'd be cool. I think I would if I played orcs, I would take the axe and just add like a rod in it and just make it a little bit taller. I think that'd be cool. Also, the banner is just humongous. It's insane. And now with the Pain Boy. The Pain Boy, he is very cool. Instead of, his giant power claw, how he had like this giant power claw with all his surgeon tools and he's just looking up at it grinning. Now he has like a gun instead. Like he has a grabber gun. He looks like he's about to pick up a piece of trash off the ground with a grabber gun. He also has replaced his fingers with little metal claws. His little Gretchen sidekick, I love him. I love the Gretchen design, how he has a little saw, a little hacking saw. He looks like a little doctor about to prepare for surgery. Um, I think this model is very nice. His pose to me is kind of silly, but other than that, he looks pretty cool. The Gretchen model is definitely my favorite part of this model. Other than that, let's move on. And now onto the Weird Boy. Now, I've already reviewed this one, but I would like to talk about him again because he is part of the unboxing, and he is very very weird. I like his weird eyes. He kind of looks like, as I said previously, he looks like the goblin model from Gloomspite Gits, the guy with the mushroom he's riding. I also like that his instead of like his cords like being all on the ground and stuff, dragging around, he has him going up in the air because he's doing all this weird magic stuff. He's also got like lightning shooting out of the ground. His staff is very cool. He's got like a sun thing around an orc skull. I think he also he also has this giant necklace. And now we've got the or normal orc boys. Now, whenever I saw these orc boys, I immediately thought they were better. Immediately. As soon as I saw them, I'm like, these are better than the old new ones. Like, the ones that we have now look alright, but these new ones look so much better. Like, the guy holding his knife up with the gun on his shoulder, that model is absolutely amazing. I like what they're doing with these orcs. These orcs look very nice. They do not have like the old orcs. They do not have like super hunched up with their butt sticking out. Um Also, these guys just look very nice. They even got the little hat with the fur on it. every single time they got that hat. I'm glad they carried on that hat. Just that orc right there with the crazy orc with the knife and the gun on his shoulder. Like he's insane. He's ready for the battle. He's cool. Now with the little Gretchen. Now instead of the old Gretchen with the super long face, now they're like really tiny. They're really tiny guys. They're tiny faces with their little tiny body. Um, I do like I do like the guy's pose where he has his knife just up in the air. He's like ah. Blah, blah, blah. There's a Gretchen with a grenade almost the size of him. They're just little guys. They're just crazy little guys. I think these models look very nice. Their boots, not boots. Their guns look fun. Like they have little blunderbuss. They got pistols. They got assault rifles. I think all around these models are very nice compared to the old ones. And now with the war track. The war track, it's just half motorcycle, half tank with missiles on top. It looks insane. It's even got a little beaky helmet. It's got a little beaky helmet on top of the war track all the way at the top. That's pretty cool. Um Also, that guy driving the war track, he's got that little grin on his face like he knows he's about to mess things up. But everybody in there is holding a choppa. Everybody in every single orc either has been holding a choppa or has had a tactical rock. It's every single time. And I think these guys look very nice. I like their scrap on them. They just have like pieces of scrap. That's what this bike is. In total, I think this model is very nice. The orcs look much nicer than like older ones, like the old war track. There's just the cool uh rocket launchers. In total, it's a good model. It looks nice. And with the final model, the Big Mech DACA rig. Now, as I said, there was probably gonna be this because in the video there was this, and they wouldn't have put it in there if it was just some random little thing. I love this model. I think once it comes out, I'm gonna buy it by itself because I'm probably not gonna take the Space Marine, or I'm not probably gonna not take the Orc half because I'm gonna just probably not convert them, but take my Space Marines, paint them Thousand Suns color, and then just say they're Thousand Suns. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. But if I take the Orc half, I am excited for this model in particular because this model is so cool with the big gun and it just looks like it wrecks face. I like that it's like the what is it? Armored Sentinel. The Armored Sentinel from Imperial Astrogardum. Um I think he's gonna have a lot of weapons. Like he's gonna have Stomp a Feet, and then he's gonna have the rockets, and then he's gonna have machine gun. He's also just a super cool model in total. Um, yeah, I like this model a lot. I think he is a very cool model. I do enjoy it. It kind of reminds me of the machine gun from the Skaven Tide box, like the one on wheels with the rats pushing him, and it just has a giant minigun on top. This is what it kind of reminds me of. In the unboxing, the announcers, the people who were talking about it, they said if you squint your eyes at it, it looks like a giant squig, and when you do, it looks like almost exactly like a squig. Like it's almost undeniably a squig. And that is all for the 11th edition box. I am excited to see all the rules like fully out. I am excited to get the box. I do think that this box is mostly just a redo, like especially for Space Marines. They mostly, I think, yeah, all of it was just like here's a rerun of your same models. For the Orc half, you got new Wartrock, you got a new big rig, not big rig. What is it called? War not I don't remember. You got a new one of those. You got a big boss. Yeah, it's called a big boss. And you got the new stuff for this time. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe and have a good day.